for August. Today is August 13th, 2025. The time is now 10:10 a.m. and I hereby call this meeting to order. All right, just a reminder, please silence your phones. If you must take a call, please kindly step outside and let's maintain a respectful atmosphere. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicole Reynoso.
Present.
Councilman Rafael Pinedo.
Present.
Councilwoman Dina Cabral.
Present.
Vice Mayor Maureen Porras. Mayor Christy Fraga.
Present.
Mayor, you have quorum.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilwoman Reynoso.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, before we go into the invocation, I would like to quickly ask for a moment of silence for Alejandro Ruiz Martinez, a valued member of our Parks and Recreation team who tragically lost his life last week. In his honor, the city of Doral flew its flag at half-mast, August 11th. The city of Doral will not be the same without him, and we send our condolences not only to his family, but to his colleagues and friends as well. So if we can please take a moment of silence. Okay, thank you very much. We will now have our invocation done by Pastor Palma from Mi Casa de Oración.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. If you would like to bow your head for this prayer, Almighty and everlasting God, we stand before you today in the city, hearts full of gratitude for this opportunity to serve your people. With faith and hope, we seek your divine wisdom to guide this council, that we might be vessels of your vision of a thriving, united community. Father, as you lifted Mordecai, who in the book of Esther rose to greatness through his unwavering devotion to the welfare of his people, so too I ask you to inspire us to lead with bold compassion and selfless purpose. Let his legacy steer our spirits, reminding us that through faithful service, we can transform lives and shape a future radiant with promises. Propel us, Father, to dream boldly and act justly. May our words spark unity, our decisions ignite hope, and our actions build a Doral where every voice is heard, every heart is valued, and every dream finds wings. Fill us with courage to forge path of peace, prosperity, and opportunity, trusting in your guidance to make all things new. We give you thank you today for the vibrant spirit of Doral, its people, its diversity, and its boundless potential. Embolden this council to rise as beacons of light, leading with integrity and love, that our city might shine as a testament of your grace. In your holy name we pray, Father. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. All right, before we proceed, I want to take a moment of personal privilege to introduce something we're going to be trying out here in the city. As many of you may know, when I was first elected in 2022 as mayor, I brought forward an item that we wanted to provide opportunities for members of the public to hear our meeting in the language that they preferred. Translation services to increase engagement and participation in our meetings. We did a study, we looked, and it turned out to be quite costly. Well, recently I went to the clerk, since technology is always advancing and changing, and I said, tasked her while we were on recess to find a solution so that members of the public could engage and participate in our council meetings in the language that they chose. And so today I am extremely proud to announce, and I want to publicly thank our city clerk and our IT department who worked very closely together and got it done. So today will be our first meeting where if you would like to hear our meeting in Spanish or in any other language, Portuguese, French, Italian, any language you like, we have a QR code. It's over there by the clerk. You can go scan your QR code, download it on your phone, and if you have earphones or headphones, you can listen to everything we are discussing in the language of your choice. So we are doing this now for in-presence meetings. So when you're here, you can participate. But our goal is to roll it out so that when you're home, you will have a QR code on your screen. You'll be able to scan that and actually do it from home as well. So for now, we have the program rolled out here in person. We encourage anyone who would like to use it to please see IT or my staff in the back. They can help you set it up. And we will want some feedback. So please try it out. Let us know what you think. I'm sure members of the council will have questions. So if you hold to the clerk's report to ask questions about how much it's costing and all that, which I was shocked. It's very cost effective and efficient. It's not very expensive. Here it is right now on our screen. Very easy, and it will, I think, maximize participation and encourage more people to get involved in our meetings and know what's actually happening in our council meetings. As you know, we have a very diverse community, many Spanish speakers, which English is not their first language. They prefer to listen in Spanish, and this will encourage them to participate. So round of applause for our wonderful, fabulous clerk and IT. You guys did a great job, and I think we may be one of the first cities to do this. So I'm very excited that we are increasing participation, transparency, and engagement. So we will now, and I wanted to do that before we actually started the meeting, so if anybody wants to take advantage of it right now, they can. And with that, we will move into the agenda order of business. And we'll go ahead and start with the manager's office.
Yes, Mayor, good morning. Mayor, if I could have my comments moved up to prior to consent, because I have something that I would like to share with the public
Sure,
prior to that.
absolutely. So we're going to move the manager's report up to right after public comments. Okay. City Attorney?
I will have a report later on, or I can do it right after the managers, whatever is the
We can
desire
leave
of this
yours
body.
where it is if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Madam Manager. Mayor.
We'll now go to Councilman Pinedo.
I'm good, Mayor.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Porras? None. All right. Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes, I would like to pull my item 9H.
You're off the agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
And the reason why is I was informed that there is going to be a rescue truck that is going to be added to Fire Station 45 by August 18th. For whatever reason that's not done, I'm going to place the item again on the agenda.
And also, Councilwoman, just to let you know, I have been in contact with the fire chief. He's going to come do his report, his annual report. I think somebody's here. Oh, okay. So I spoke to Erica Benitez. Are you doing the report today? I'm here to answer any questions. Okay, so I believe they're going to come do, I've been in contact with his chief of staff for him to come do his yearly report to see if he comes in September. I know he had some issues, so. Yeah, we were trying to do it for this month, but so I think for September, he's going to come give his report, so it'll be a great time to.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to pull that item.
Yes. And
Anything
then
else?
for discussions? 6O. Thank you.
Okay, 6O for discussion. All right, Councilwoman Cabral.
Good morning. So it will be, I'm gonna pull 6C, 6E, and 6X.
6C, 6E, and 6X. Okay, give me 1 second, please, everyone.
Can you repeat that again?
6C, 6E, and 6X.
X,
Yes.
like X-ray.
X, yes.
No, she's a doctor. Okay.
Um, I have a clarification for the city attorney. The councilwoman has pulled a settlement. What is your recommendation, since those have all been discussed in the shade sessions?
They've all been discussed in the shade sessions. We can talk generally about what the settlement terms are for the city now that it's going to be a public document, it's a public resolution. We actually have Mr. Emmanuel here, and he can just, state what the basic terms of the agreement are,
Okay,
if that's the will of this body.
all right. Okay, Madam Clerk, do you have anything? Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. That's all? Anything else from anyone else? No? Okay. All right, we will now open the floor for public comments. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address an item on today's agenda or anything germane to this council. Please begin by stating your name and address for the record. We ask that you please keep your comments respectful to this council. Make sure you register with the city clerk's office. I do have comment cards and those who are pre-registered, so I will start with those, and then I will open it up to anyone who has not registered and would like to speak. I'm going to go ahead and call Miles Davis. Mr. Davis?
Good morning, council members, city staff, mayor. My name is Miles Davis. I'm here on behalf of SAVE, that's Safeguarding American Values for Everyone, which is South Florida's leading organization promoting fairness and equal treatment for all residents. And for more than 30 years, we have worked alongside city governments, community leaders, and residents to strengthen local policies and ensure that everyone has access to the same opportunities and municipal services. This morning, I want to encourage the City of Doral to complete the Human Rights Campaign's Municipal Equality Index, or MEI. The MEI is a very straightforward, nonpartisan tool that evaluates how well a city's laws, policies, and services meet the needs of all residents. More importantly, it provides practical, step-by-step recommendations that cities can choose to adopt in ways that make sense for their community. Here in Miami-Dade, cities like Coral Gables and Hialeah and many more have already completed the MEI, and because of that, SAVE has been able to work directly with them, their city attorneys, and their leadership to identify small, low-cost improvements, things like strengthening non-discrimination language in vendor contracts, updating public communications to be more accessible, and reviewing policies to make sure they reflect the city's values. These changes have helped ensure that all residents, regardless of their background, can access city services without barriers or fear of being treated differently. For Doral, completing the MEI would be a sign of the city's commitment to transparency, fairness, and exceptional public service. It would also send the message that Doral is a city where families can plant roots, businesses can grow and thrive, and visitors know they will be treated with respect. We stand ready to be a partner in this process, as we have been for many years and for many other municipalities. We can help your staff complete the information, as we've done for Miami Shores, Miami Beach, and many others, walk through questions, and identify areas where the city is already doing well. Our goal is, of course, not to change Doral's identity, but to help highlight the strengths you already have and provide ideas for future improvements, always at the city's discretion, of course. I really thank you all for your time, your service, and your dedication to making Doral a strong, welcoming community for everyone. And I will look forward to following up with everybody in the hopes that Doral, in this upcoming year, would complete the MEI. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. All right, I have no other comment cards at this time. Anyone who would like to speak, this is your reasonable opportunity. Please approach the podium. Okay, being none, we are now closing public comments and moving on to the next item, which I believe will be the manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. On July 25th, 2025, the city received a bid protest from Superior Landscaping and Lawn Service regarding ITB 2025-14, the right-of-way maintenance services. Only 2 bids were submitted, with one determined to be responsive. Pursuant to City Code Section 2-338B and the procurement manager's recommendation, I've rejected all bids and directed that the right-of-way maintenance services solicitation be reissued. For council's consideration this evening, item 6CC proposes a 6-month extension agreement with SFM Landscaping to ensure continuity of services while the rebid process is completed. My next item is, as part of my report, I want to update both the council and the public on the city's responsiveness to the Florida Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. The city has been working with DOGE since its initial March 18th, 2025 correspondence. Our finance director provided a timely reply to DOGE on March 20th, confirming that the city has not experienced any instances of financial emergency or distress and affirming our compliance with all statutory financial obligations. On July 11th, 2025, DOGE issued another request for financial information to Florida municipal and regional governments. The city submitted its initial response on July 21st using data from our annual comprehensive financial reports and other audited sources. After receiving clarification from DOGE, the city also submitted a final response to DOGE in a timely manner on July 28th. At this time, all requests from DOGE have been fulfilled, and the City of Doral remains committed to full transparency and cooperation with any future inquiries from the department. Next, I'm pleased to share that the City of Doral has been awarded the Silver Level Well Workplace Award for 2025 by the Wellness Alliance. This recognition reflects our ongoing commitment to employee health and well-being built into the nationally recognized 7 benchmarks framework. Achieving this designation is a testament to the dedication and passion behind our wellness initiatives. I want to extend special recognition to our human resources team, and especially to Lauren Scholl and Maria Jose for their leadership and hard work in making this achievement possible. We look forward to continuing to expand and strengthen our program for the benefit of our team. And lastly, Mayor, I'd like to welcome Michael Festa as the City of Doral's new Parks and Recreation Director to the podium. Michael has over 14 years of experience in Parks and Recreation administration, operations, capital improvements, programming, and events, and has a proven track record of enhancing park systems and community engagement. He previously served with distinction in our Parks and Recreation Department as Park Operations Administrator, and his familiarity with our community, combined with his leadership experience in Hialeah and Miami Beach, will be a tremendous asset. We are excited to have Michael back on the Doral team. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Madam Manager, and happy to be back.
Thank you, Michael. We're happy to have you. We have a growing Parks and Recreation department and system, and we have a great team. You guys are all wonderful, and we know that you coming on board is just going to continue to enhance that. So
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Madam Manager. That fulfills the manager's report. And now, Madam Clerk, if you could please read the items that will be passed on the consent agenda.
Yes, Madam Mayor. The consent agenda will be approved with the exception of items 6C, 6E, and 6X.
And 6O was pulled by Councilwoman Reynoso.
Oh, apologies, Councilwoman.
And we will hear those at the end of the discussions
Correct.
items. All right. I need a motion on the consent agenda.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Reynoso. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, okay. Let the record reflect the motion has passed unanimously. We'll now move into the minutes. I need a motion on the minutes.
Approval of minutes for items 7A through C.
Motion.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Reynoso, second by Councilman Pinedo. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Let the record reflect that the motion has passed unanimously, and now we will move into presentations.
Item 8A, Keep Doral Beautiful Business Award.
Who do we have today for our Keep Doral Beautiful? Oh, Mr. Edgar Estrada, nice to see you.
Good morning, Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the City Council, Madam Manager, Deputy Manager, Mr. City Attorney, Madam Clerk, and members of the audience. Edgar Estrada, Co-Compliance Director. This month, we are pleased to recognize Pharmacy US for their outstanding commitment to keeping Doral beautiful. The property for which they're being recognized for is located at 10780 Northwest 27th Street. Pharmacy US has been in the city of Doral for 6 years and at this location since 2023. The property is approximately 162,000 square feet, and the business has 50 employees. Pharmacy is one of the leading companies in cosmetics, skincare, and nutrition, who also pride themselves in providing business opportunities for people to transform their lives. This building was built in 2023, revitalizing the area by replacing an open field with modern architecture, landscaping, and public art. They have monthly landscape upkeep and a full-time maintenance person to help maintain the property in optimal condition. It is with great pleasure that we name Pharmacy US for the Keep Doral Beautiful Business Award for their continued efforts to keep Doral beautiful. And Madam Mayor and Council, here to accept the award is Lisa Orozco and Aaron Golton.
All right, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Please approach the podium. Would you like to say anything?
Thank you very much. We worked very, very hard for this building. Eden is our construction manager, so he's the one that put it all together as it was being built and continues to maintain it with us.
Yes, thank you for the award.
Awesome. Well, I've had the pleasure of visiting and taking a tour. It's beautiful, and we want to thank you for your investments in our community. If you would come up, we'll take a quick picture.
Congratulations. Great work.
Okay. I believe that's the only presentation we have on the agenda for today, so we'll move into discussion items.
Discussion items 9A, city's compliance with the Doge Government Oversight Initiative and recent state mandates.
Okay, I believe the manager actually addressed this during her manager's report. So there's
Motion to table?
Second.
there's a motion to table the item and a second on the floor. Madam Clerk, you want to take the roll?
Motion to table the item made by Councilwoman Reynoso, seconded by Councilman Pinedo. Councilwoman Reynoso? Yes. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, perfect. We move on to the next item, item 9B.
Item 9B, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, establishing a truth in advertising policy to protect the city's proprietary information and official communications from authorized alteration and misinterpretation, strengthening the citizens' bill of rights, providing for enforcement by the office of the inspector general, providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date.
And thank you, Madam Clerk. This is my item, and my memo is attached to each of my colleagues. I worked on this with the city attorney. After reviewing the city's charter and the Citizens' Bill of Rights on promoting transparency, honesty, and fairness on how information is shared with the public, and reviewing previous case law, it's come to our attention that flyers and official advertisements of the city are being altered to incorporate photos or logos of other entities, individuals, or members of the commission, of the council, and this could lead to a misrepresentation to the public of these events and how we as a body move to promote our city in a united front, and how our staff handles signature events in our community as well as communications that come directly from the city. Therefore, I have brought forward this item in the form of a resolution to formalize a policy that would allow our Inspector General to enforce, while he has the enforcement rights of our charter, and the Citizens Bill of Rights is in the charter. This basically strengthens that and continues to memorialize its purpose within our charter in making sure that we are responsible in how we advertise and how we lead the public to understand what we are doing and the information we're putting out. So I would recommend or request that my colleagues support this item so that the Inspector General has the explicit authority to oversee and enforce these actions. If there's any questions, I will take them at this time.
I have a question.
Vice Mayor Porras?
So I know you added some sample flyers that were mine. Connie, can you help me pass these out? I just want to make sure that I'm using more examples of what we can or cannot do. So what Connie's passing out is a flyer with 3 pictures of 3 council members for a city event. So for the attorney, and you'll get a flyer too, can you confirm that this would also serve as an example of what's prohibited?
I don't think so.
This is not a city flyer.
Look on the other side.
We didn't alter the city flyer.
I just want to confirm. Mr. Attorney?
It depends if it's an event that you're putting on yourself through your office, or if it's an event that the city's putting on as a city event.
Right, this is a city event.
If this were a city event, and I don't want to comment on this particular event in particular because I'm not sure what it is, then it would fall within that policy.
Okay, got it. Thank you. That's all.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve?
Okay, there's a motion on the, okay, there's a motion on the table. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Reynoso, and Councilwoman Reynoso has a comment, and I also will have a comment after.
So I disagree with the example that Vice Mayor has presented to us. The original flyers in the front, additional information is in the back. But I have seen examples where I would classify it as political plagiarism when it's the exact flyer in the front and either a banner at the bottom with whatever council member, vice mayor, making it seem that this is being an event brought to by whoever that picture is on the bottom or on the top or wherever it may be. So that's all my comments for this one.
Thank you, Councilwoman Reynoso. Yeah, I have the same comments. I think with the examples that were included in the agenda, the difference for what was passed out, and I appreciate you pointing this out because it's definitely a good comparison piece. The difference is when you take an actual city flyer produced by our department, Public Affairs, and then you add your picture or your logo to it and say, like, if it's your event. As a matter of fact, I got an email, which I should have included in the backup of this item, and I just came to my attention again, that there was an email circulated of a workshop that's taking place in a couple of days for Public Works and the parking. And there was an email circulated to homeowners associations that this workshop was brought to you by your office. And that is not the case. It's actually a city-held workshop. And they were circulating it with the flyer saying that this was being held by one member of the council, and it's not. It's the institution that's holding it. It's the city. And it takes away not only the validity of what our city does and the professionals in each department, but it also misrepresents and misleads the public. So while we each can put on our own council-initiated events, and you're more than welcome to that, and I think each of us has done that, and you're welcome to put those flyers together and promote them, altering or changing a flyer or an invitation or a document of the city really is something that is inappropriate. So that's why I wanted to make sure. And it's not only inappropriate, it's actually stated in the Citizens Bill of Rights, and there's case law on this and how the courts have handled it. So again, I brought this forward more to just bring it to the attention so that it can stop happening. I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt that maybe you just didn't know. And so this is a warning so that moving forward, we can all govern ourselves accordingly and do our best to be honest and transparent and forthcoming with the public. And if not, the IG is here to make sure and hold us accountable. So thank you very much all for your support. And we will go ahead and call the roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilwoman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
If it will be fair to everybody here in the dais, then yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, perfect. All right, we move on to item 9C.
Item 9C, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, directing the city manager to implement a monthly senior splash program at the Doral Aquatic Center exclusively for Civil Club members, providing for specialized aquatic fitness programming such as aqua aerobics and aqua zumba, authorizing a monthly program budget up to $160, stating there will be no impact to aquatic center revenue, requiring a 6-month program review, providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date.
Okay, Councilman Pinedo, this is your item, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, it's not a secret that the Silver Club is one of my favorite groups that we have in the city of Doral, and I do believe we have been improving the program, especially in the last year. They're very happy with all the programming, all the events, everything that we're hosting for them, not only as a city, but also when we do individual events for them as well. And this initiative will just reserve hours once a month at the new aquatic center only for our Silver Club members. During these reserved hours, participants will be offered specialized programming such as aqua aerobics and aqua zumba just for them. This program will be free of charge to the Silver Club members and will provide both physical activity and social engagement opportunities that certainly promote health and well-being. The estimated cost to run this program is just $160 per month, which will cover instruction and materials. And certainly it will depend on selected time slots and programs that doesn't affect our regular business hours at the aquatic facility. So it will be something that will need to be coordinated between the Silver Club program, the Parks Department, and hopefully we can keep improving our Silver Club activities for them. And I think this is now, since we have the Doral Central Park open and the Aquatic Center open, it will be something that they really will enjoy and they have been asking for as well. So I look forward to having the support from my colleagues on this item. I don't have any questions for you, Michael, so thank you. But thank you for the support as well.
Any questions, comments, a motion?
I have a comment.
Okay, Councilwoman Reynoso.
I'm actually jealous. I wish I would have thought of this before. So this is a great item, Councilman Pinedo. I would like to co-sponsor the event.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, any other comments? Do you have a motion?
Absolutely. Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilwoman Reynoso.
Second.
Second by Councilman Pinedo. If there's no other comments or questions, we will entertain the motion on the table.
Motion to approve made by Councilwoman Reynoso, seconded by Councilman Pinedo. Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Great job, guys. All right, we move on to the next item.
9D, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, instructing the city attorney to amend city ordinances to create micromobility ordinances in conformance with Florida statutes 316.2128 and 316.2065 in order to require a restriction, amend safety gear requirements and enforcements as they relate to the operation of micromobility devices, providing the city attorney with instruction, providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date.
All right, I believe this is also Councilman Pinedo's item.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is something that we have been discussing and working on especially for the past year. And as a matter of fact, when I had the chance to go to Tallahassee, it's something that I brought to our state representative, David Barreto's attention to, and he took it in a very serious way, and he has been very supportive on this matter since I brought it to his attention. We all know that certainly the increasing of micromobility options, such as electric bicycles, scooters, and other small motorized personal transportation devices, has created both opportunities and challenges for municipalities like Doral, especially when you see young people going to school, people going to work. So it has become more popular now than ever in different municipalities in Miami-Dade County across the nation. And certainly these devices are convenient, are sustainable alternative for short distance travel, and again, to go to school, to go to work, but also has raised concerns around pedestrian safety, proper rider behavior, and regulatory enforcement. We have been very proactive in the past by passing resolutions at promoting the safe and responsible use of micromobility devices. The police department has done educational campaigns in the past as well. But certainly this is a concern that has been increasing and has been brought to, I'm sure, to everybody's attention on this council for the past year. There is something positive that actually came out of the legislation this year, the Florida legislation, which is the Senate Bill 462. On July 1st of this year, this bill was signed into law in Florida as an omnibus transportation bill that includes key provisions related to micromobility. The legislation finally empowers local governments in the following areas. Number one is the regulatory authority. Now we as municipalities are now authorized to adopt ordinances establishing not only age, but also identification requirements for the operation of micromobility devices. Two, safety education, something that we have been very proactive and we started last year. But now this bill allows municipalities to offer training programs on the safe use of electric bicycles, motorized scooters, and other mobility, micromobility equipments. Also, this legislation changes grant cities like Doral, or it will help to grant cities like Doral to expand their authority to, when it comes to micromobility rules and enforcement mechanisms to suit local needs and safety objectives. So the passage of SB 462 provides now a clear legal pathway for the enforcement of previously ratified resolution number 2582 that we passed on March 12, 2025, regarding to micromobility, safety, and rider behavior in Doral. However, as the city of Doral holds jurisdiction with its municipal roads, this new piece of legislation now it helps to expand our local enforcement officers' jurisdiction of supervision of the proposed fines. And this is what I will be proposing as part of the resolution, that hopefully the next step will be to make it an ordinance, and certainly I will work with our city attorney and the administration to draft it for the next council meeting. This includes the establishment of enforceable fines, citations, and penalties that address violations such as missing lights. For example, proposed fine is between $35 and $100. Could include mandatory equipment inspections or a compliance notice. Reckless riding, something that we see that happening a lot in our city, includes speeding, disobeying traffic signals, endangering pedestrians. Proposed fine between $100 and $300, potentially requiring a court appearance as well. Helmet violations, we see that a lot as well. People riding these scooters without a helmet. Proposed fine up to $200, potential waiver of fines with proof of helmet purchase and completion of a safety course. Underage operation of micromobility devices. I think that as parents, we're all concerned when you see 2, 3 children in one scooter going around or going cruising from main intersections. Age limits to be established via ordinance. Typically, it's between 16 years old, 18 years old. Penalties could include fines, community service, or educational courses as well. And I would love to include the parents as well, but because usually I always tell everybody, when you see that happening in our streets, it's the parents' fault. I mean, it's not the children's fault. It's usually the parents. So, again, this will, and by the way, we will be, right now, we're one of the first cities in the state of Florida in moving forward with this type of resolution or potential ordinance. So we're being proactive on this. And again, it will be enforcement. It will include public safety education, community engagement, because certainly I would love to, as a city, that we move forward in having the whole community involved in this matter as well. I will work, as I mentioned, with our city attorney and the city manager to draft this ordinance. And certainly, I will respectfully request the collaboration and guidance of the chief of police and the police department to, again, not only start drafting the appropriate ordinance, but also to develop an enforcement educational strategy and to hopefully present a coordinated action plan at the next council meeting in September. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Pinedo. Any questions or comments?
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilwoman Reynoso.
Second.
Second by Councilman Pinedo. I just want to thank Councilman Pinedo for bringing this item up. I think this is extremely important, and I think that it's prudent for us to codify an ordinance with these regulations. Obviously, something we've been asking for, and we have been restricted from the state. So with the new legislation that gives us the authority to do that, I think it's wonderful. So I hope to see this come back as soon as possible.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve and direct the city attorney to bring back an ordinance made by Councilwoman Reynoso and seconded by Councilman Pinedo. Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Next item, Madam Clerk.
Next item, 9E, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, granting Vice Mayor Porras a permitted parental leave of absence during the months of November 2025 through March 2026, providing for authority, implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date.
All right, Vice Mayor Porras, this is your item.
Thank you. So as you all know, I am expecting with a due date of December 25th of this year. And this is my notice to the council that I will be absent from the meetings from November through March of next year. And this is my request for the council to pre-approve those absences as excused. And so I hope that my colleagues can support it. And with that, I'll make a motion.
Second.
There's a motion on the table and a second.
I have a comment.
Yes, Councilwoman Reynoso.
Okay. Through the mayor, city manager, or deputy city manager. How much time do full-time employees have for parental leave?
Yes, Councilwoman. Our parental leave policy right now is 30 days that are paid or granted to an employee. And the FMLA rules allow, it's actually based on weeks. They allow 12 weeks. And so the city, the employee is paid for 4 weeks, and the rest of the 8 weeks, they can take their PTO, their vacation, their sick time, if they would like to be out for 12 weeks.
Okay. Again, to clarify and summarize, parental leave is only 4 weeks, which is 30 days.
The policy that the city has for paid leave, yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. So, Vice Mayor, I want to start by saying that I deeply understand the season of your life that you're in right now. As a mother of 3, I have walked through some of the most challenging and emotional moments while still carrying significant responsibility. Now, I'm going to give a heavily abridged version of my own journey of being pregnant. When I had my first child, I was 24 years old. I was starting a master's and I was working full-time. My second child was born while I was in law school, and he came into this world with a serious heart condition that required medication, a heart monitor, and constant care, all while I was breastfeeding for the first year of his life and working internships. Between my second and third child, my grandfather, who was like a father to me, was diagnosed with brain and lung cancer, and I cared for him until he died. My son at that point, my third one, was 3 months old. At one point, I was raising a 5-year-old, a 1-year-old, and a newborn, while carrying financial, emotional, mental strain, and at times it felt overwhelming. But I pushed through, and I fulfilled the roles that I was committed to. I share this because I know firsthand that motherhood and public service are not too far apart. The first is a role that God blesses us with, and the second is a role that the public entrusts us with. Both are roles we choose carefully, fully aware that there will be adversities, and sacrifices along the way. In our city, full-time employees are granted 4 weeks of parental leave. Part-time employees do not receive the same benefit and are not entitled to parental leave at all. The leave, Vice Mayor, you are requesting does not apply to the position you hold as an elected official. It is not the benefit we are permitted to grant because it does not exist within our structure. What we do have are excused and unexcused absences which are reviewed by the council at each time they occur. And I know you did add that on now. As the city manager stated, full-time employees receive 4 weeks of parental leave, and what you are requesting amounts to nearly 22 weeks, 5 months away from the dais. Stepping away that long means our community will be served without full representation of the elected officials they have elected. I believe our duty to our constituents is to find a way to honor both roles without leaving the seat vacant for nearly half a year. That's the end of my comments.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Any other comments? Councilman Pinedo?
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, congratulations. It's nice to see, I mean, and thanks to the city manager that provided the email regarding previous council members that have been here, well, including the mayor, that has been here or part of the council during their pregnancy. I didn't know that Councilwoman Ana Maria Rodriguez, our state senator now, during her second pregnancy in 2014, didn't miss any meetings due to pregnancy. So, and I know back then the Vice Mayor Fraga, Councilwoman Fraga back then as well. So I thank Councilwoman Reynoso for her comments, and certainly as a father, and that's why I started saying congratulations. It's nice to, certainly it's a blessing to be a parent to start with, and I was part of the staff when my son actually was born, and back then I had the opportunity. He was born premature, and I had the opportunity to take 1 week after he was released from the hospital. So I understand your point. At the same time, I always like to make the comparison that obviously for me, the staff has a great value, and sometimes I don't see any difference between myself and the staff since I was on the other side as well. And based on the precedents that we had in the city, not only with former Councilwoman Ana Maria Rodriguez and former Councilwoman, now Mayor Fraga, I think that certainly missing council meetings or approving missing 5 council meetings will set a precedent that I wouldn't certainly entertain at this point, not because of the value of being a parent or a mother, it's because more about the fact that we only meet once a month. I mean, it's not that we are here every single day since we're part-timers. So I know in the past has been done on a monthly circumstances or basis. So I will certainly be in support of, based on the circumstances, and entertain excuse absent at the moment that is bring to my attention. But or if we're excluding you for 5 consecutive months out of all city events, it will be a different scenario as well, which I don't think is your intention either. It's not that you're going to disappear from the city for 5 months. So if it's just for missing council meetings for 5 consecutive months, I don't think that will set the appropriate message, not only for the staff to start with, because they have different benefits and they don't get the benefits that you're asking for, but also I don't think that will be actually fair to the residents as well.
Thank you, Councilman. I'd like to make some comments as well.
If I may?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Sure, so thank you. I know that we're all sharing here our pregnancies and how it went. He's also sharing the time that he was off, and I didn't know that it was just 1 month, even though we're not considered employees, isn't it, Mr. Attorney?
We're not.
Elected officials are not considered employees.
Yeah, so we don't fall into it. But I think that more than I'm just sharing, how our pregnancies go, that I'm gonna share mine too, because on my first one, I went 4 days after giving birth to work. The second, I went the 7th day to work. And then when I lost my third, 10 days after the loss of my pregnancy on my third. And on the fourth, I was in respite from 32 weeks because I was bleeding with 3 centimeters. So I was almost going to have a premature child, but thank God I was able to hold it. And she was there also all the way to term, and I went right away. It was like, 2 weeks back to work? So that all depends on the health and the motivation of the person, the needs. But I have, for example, a system where I have them stay working from home for 6 months, because I think that it is very necessary that a child can be with their mothers as long as they can. So I have given that as a supervisor that time so they can spend time with their child. 6 months I've been giving. And there's haven't been any issues because nowadays it's not like council members that have been here 2012, 2014, that there's Zoom, there's much more, it's much easier to be able for you to fulfill your needs. I guess that in the case of the vice mayor, she also have her legislator aide that can fulfill also some of her obligations. And I see that before it was allowed that 2 of the council members at that time will participate via phone. Now we have a better technology, so I don't see the issue on that for her to be able to fulfill her duties as a vice mayor when we have a council meeting, to be either Zoom or not, so she can spend some time. So I really think that more than anything, if we all agree, and that will be a request that I would like to our managers for us to review then the amount of time that we have given to our employees, because this is a great thing that this is happening, because then we can visit and we can be able to grant it and facilitate more time to our employees so our mothers can be able to nurture, their kids. I don't know if there's Florida laws that has to go into it, that will be something that I guess our attorney can look into that, because the institution, and some of the institutions that I have worked, they will give you 90 days, they will give you 3 months that you can stay with at home. And that will be either if you have accrued time on your vacation, on your sick, there's other entities that you can also use, and no pay too, but they will hold on your position for 90 days. So as a minimum, if there's no other health issues or that are presented. So I really think that we should then take this opportunity and review the time that we're giving our employees, and I don't see the issue for her to be able to fulfill her duties and being able to nurture her child. I think that us as a mother know how it is, and I think that the more time that we are able to be with them within the change of having them to go to a daycare or spend time with other people, we will be able to nourish them and be with them. So those are my comments.
Thank you, Councilwoman. So I have a couple questions, and actually agree with Councilwoman Cabral on some of these issues. So first, again, congratulations. It's an incredible experience and honor to be a mother and to go through this period of your life, and we want to support that as best as possible. I share on both sides many of the same concerns, and as someone who was an elected official through my pregnancy, and worked the entire time, I think that there is definitely a middle ground, and I understand the concern. First, I want to say being pregnant is not a disability. It's not a disability. Being a mother is not a disability. We come and we are here for 1 meeting a month. 1 meeting a month, and you're always welcome to bring the child with you. I did it many times when I had to. I brought Gabby with me. and attended as best as I could. My husband would come, pick him up, go. So, we don't manage the time you're here. We're not here every single day. We're not. I am, but some have other jobs, have other things, and so we're not here every day. So it's really just one meeting a month. And we've always taken up the absences on a case-by-case scenario, which not only is what's in our code, and I'm going to turn to the city attorney in a moment because I want him to explain two things. One, there's a charter concern with this request. The charter specifically states that no member of the council can miss 4 consecutive meetings or they will be replaced. And that's to be able to fulfill your duty and so that you have proper representation, which Councilwoman Reynoso clearly stated. And 2, our code says that upon an absence, the member of the council will inform the mayor will bring it to the council, and the council will decide whether it's an excused absence or not in that moment, which we can absolutely do through this period as you get closer to that due date, and God willing, you have a healthy child and everything will be great and you'll be able to come back. But if not, absolutely we take those up as an as-needed basis. So I wanted the city attorney to just clarify those two things.
So the way that I understand, the charter provides that you're not allowed to have more than 4 consecutive unexcused absences. The issue of how you excuse or unexcused absence is not stated in the charter, so that was adopted by ordinance. The ordinance is exactly as you stated. The ordinance also states that if it's a medical condition you really can't, then it's going to be automatically considered excused.
Correct.
So in the case that the vice mayor has a situation where she really can't be here,
Right.
then it would behoove
Automatic
you,
excused.
right, to excuse her. That doesn't take away the fact that you can pass a policy now if you wish to excuse it, but because again that was adopted by ordinance, but that's how it exists today, the charter and the ordinance.
But the charter does say you cannot have 4 consecutive
Unexcused absences.
Unexcused absences.
That is correct.
Okay, so the other thing I just wanted to confirm, and I know the manager confirmed it, is we are not considered employees. So, while the employees get 4 weeks of paid leave, and Councilman Cabral, to your point, our employees do get up to 12 weeks of paid leave and their job is secured, but they have to take the FMLA, which is accrued time, PTO, and all these things. So we do that already, and I agree with Councilman Pinedo. I think it's really important to have consistency in how we treat and we're no different, I think, in how we should treat ourselves and govern ourselves than our city employees. So I take that when I take decisions into consideration, I think about that and what message we're sending to our employees. At the end of the day, what the councilwoman, what you're asking for, vice mayor, what you're asking for is basically 5 months from the month prior to when you are giving birth, November, through March. So it's a long time. So I have 2 questions for you as well, and I'd like to amend your motion. So first, I'd like to provide a friendly amendment to amend your motion to say that we will pre-approve one meeting. We will pre-approve one meeting of excused absence. It could be the December meeting if that's what you would like, or since your scheduled delivery date is the 25th, I gave birth almost 3 weeks early. So, which is why I ended up missing the February meeting because it had been 2 weeks since I had given birth. So either it could be December or it could be January. You can let us know you can let us know later if you want it to be December or January. And so we will pre-approve 1 month, which is basically the 4 weeks that an employee would necessarily get. And so that would be my friendly amendment, is that we can go ahead and give you the parental leave for the 1 month like the employees. And then if you need February and March, you can request it as they come, depending on how your delivery goes. And then we will take them up on a considered basis. If it is a medical issue, God willing, everything is well, but you have to stay in the hospital or anything like that, then it's automatically excused. You don't even have to ask us. But as we go in February, you can definitely bring this forward. I will bring it forward to the council and we can, or as Councilwoman Cabral said, I did participate 1 meeting, it was a zoning meeting at the time, via phone, and Ana Maria did 2 at one time. Now, I don't remember if we were able to vote. I think that's the issue. You can participate but not vote.
It's really up to this board.
It's
if
up to
you
the
want
board.
to
So
allow it. The law does permit you to vote,
we
but
can
it's up to
also
you.
extend that courtesy in one of those meetings. So if you take December and then you want to participate in January via phone, we can consider that as well. As what I say is there's a lot of options to make this, amicable work, and we want to support you in this journey. But I think that requesting 5 months of parental leave of absence is, I think it is a borderline violation of the charter. I also think that it's very aggressive and sends the wrong message to our staff. So I made an amendment to your motion, if you're willing to take that.
No, but I have some comments.
Okay, so I have
When you're
another, since that's not one you're willing to take, I have another amendment to the motion in that case. So my other amendment to your motion would be that you relinquish all activities, meaning we will not see you at any city event. We will not see you at any of our city participating in any of the city's activities, as well as council meetings, and you will relinquish your pay for 4 months.
I'm sure you guys would like to not see me for 5 months, but that's not going to happen.
No,
so no, thank you.
As a matter of fact, we're not. So you're.
I'm going to reject all of your amendments, and I have some comments after you're done.
So it's not the matter that we don't want to see you. As a matter of fact, we want you here. That's exactly what we're saying. We want you to be here and participate. But I think it's unfair to say you want us to pre-approve 5 months of absences of the council, but you're going to go to events. Because if you can be out there at events and interacting with the public, then you can be here doing the work of the public. So that's my position on this. And I'm sorry that you won't take the friendly amendment, because I really do want to support this for you, but I think that what you're doing is really just putting us in a position to go out there and say that we voted against giving you parental leave. And that's not going to happen. So I just want to, put that out there. So go ahead, you have comments.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's really disappointing to see a council that is supposed to be family-oriented, supporting families, trying to deny my leave request. And honestly, I think, and I'm sorry, Councilman Reynoso, that you went through a lot of stuff, but instead of using that experience to actually change things, you want to pull people down with you and expect them to go through the suffering that you went through. We shouldn't, and that's not leadership. In fact, this is the opportunity, just like Councilman Cabral said, to change things for the better. And we saw those changes starting to happen, or at least the conversation starting to happen at the federal level this year and last year, when they were talking about allowing new parents the ability to proxy vote, to participate virtually, and those are the things that we actually need to talk about. And in fact, thank you again, Councilman Cabral, for the idea. I am going to talk to the attorney to see how we can enhance and better parental leave for our employees. So I'm going to break back something next month that we can actually give relief and support to new families, because that's what we should be doing instead of telling stories of how horrific it was and how they didn't get an opportunity. Maybe they didn't want it, but I can tell you that family to me is extremely important, and I am going to spend as much time with my new baby girl and my husband and my family as much as I can. The other thing I want to clarify, my office has never stopped working. My office will never stop working. I have, honestly, the best chief of staff, Sarid Castro, who is my right hand and handles everything 24/7. And residents know, I don't have to prove it to you guys, residents know. And in fact, if they didn't, I wouldn't be here, and I still wouldn't be with the support that I have out in the community. And yes, what I am asking for is pre-approval of the 5 months. I really urge you guys to read the charter. Please. I know I'm the only lawyer on the council, but read the charter. It literally says you cannot be absent from 4 consecutive meetings if they're unexcused and they're in a year. I'm not asking for 4 consecutive absences in a year. And it's 6 if it's in a whole year, and it's also in aggregate. And second, the charter allows me to pre-request the absences. It's literally in the charter, guys. I don't have to do it month by month, okay? That's the other part. Now, Lastly, today, we have such a long council meeting. It is literally all day. Not only do we have a council meeting that starts at 10, then we have a 2 p.m. budget workshop, then we have a 4 p.m. executive session, then we have a 5 p.m. Protocol hour, then we have a 6 p.m. council meeting. That is an all-day thing. That is the reason why I'm requesting the excused absences from the council meeting, because it's an all-day event. Now, I do like the idea of requesting a virtual participation. Thank you, Councilwoman, for proposing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to amend my motion, and I'm going to say that I would like an approved absence or an excused absence for December, since that is the month that I'm going to, or it's planned, that's my due date month, for December. And even if you guys do not excuse it, the charter also said, or your policy also says, that if it's a medical issue, then there's no further action needed from the council. So I'm going to ask for December to be an excused absence, and the other months to be allowed to participate virtually. If you guys really care about families and giving new moms and new parents the opportunity to be with their families as long as they need to, especially during the early months, which are very, very formative, then you should be supporting this. And again, I'm going to bring back policy for the employees, and I'm sorry you guys have to suffer because other people had to suffer, but hopefully we can change that. So again, I'm amending my motion to request an excused absence for December and virtual participation with voting abilities for November, January, February, and March. Thank you. And can I get a second?
Second. Can I
Okay,
ask a question to the
excuse
attorney,
me,
please?
Actually, one second. You're not recognized at this time
Oh,
yet.
if I can be recognized,
Okay,
yes.
so we're gonna take a second round of questions. Is there any questions? I know you had one, no? Councilwoman Reynoso, and then Councilwoman Cabral.
So thank you so much, Vice Mayor, for your empathy. I was trying to support you. I was trying to tell you that through the toughest of situations, I still showed up. I still showed up. And there's employees here that are full-time and only get 4 weeks a month of parental leave. How do we justify to them that we're changing things starting with ourselves? So we're reacting to our current situation of you being pregnant versus seeing this months ago, years ago, because now you're coming up to your second term to discuss that before you became pregnant, to see what our employees needed before you became pregnant. So yes, God bless that you're in this situation, and I know, and we all pray here that your child is born healthy, that you are a fabulous, wonderful mother, and I know that you're not going to fail doing that. Nobody here wishes that. I do want to see you in council meetings. That's why I'm saying everything that I said, for you to attend the council meetings, because I know that you can find a way to balance the responsibility of being a mother and being a council person. That is all.
Okay, Councilwoman Cabral.
Actually, within your comments, I don't think what makes a difference on voting or comments if you are present or you are in Zoom. Like, I don't see how that can
Okay, Councilwoman
affect.
Cabral, do you have a
Permiso.
question?
How can that affect your ability to be able to make the decision for the well-being of the community? I don't really see how can that affect, because you're not doing anything manually, that you have to be here carrying things and things like that. I mean, it's your brain that you're using to make the decision. So I don't know how
There's a
that can
listening
affect.
comprehension
But
problem.
I want to ask you, Mr. Attorney, through the manager. Well, no, I mean, you are a charter, so official. Could you please clarify that within the absences, is within a year or is for the term that we're serving, those 4 absences?
It's consecutive in 1 year.
So the way that the charter reads, it's section 2.05B2. It says forfeiture by absences. A member of the council shall be subject to forfeiture of his or her office and discretion of the remaining members if she is absent without good cause, unexcused, for any 6 regular meetings of the council during any calendar year, or if she or he is absent without good cause from any 4 or 3 as to the mayor consecutive regular meetings of the council, whether or not during the same calendar year.
Okay, so it's in a calendar year, in 1 year. Okay, so.
Well, I'm sorry for interrupting you,
Sure.
Councilwoman. As with regards to the consecutive 4 or 3 as to the mayor, it says whether or not during the same calendar year.
Just wanted that
Unexcused.
clarification. Unexcused, yes.
But the purpose that that's in the charter is that because we need to be present. That's what we're elected for.
So
We're paid
unless
to be
you're not
present.
going to excuse my birth month, it's not going to be 4 consecutive months.
Yeah, correct. It will be only 3, so it doesn't really matter, but.
You're asking for
great
5.
that we are going to
December,
be
January,
able,
February, and March.
I am,
Asking for 5.
I'm talking right now, no?
Go
I
ahead.
understand that you're very, hectic with this, but we,
Go ahead,
we are
please.
just.
Go ahead.
I'm just because when I try, then you go after me. If
Go
I
ahead,
try to make
Councilwoman.
any comment or any gesture and things like that.
Go ahead, Councilwoman.
And right
Thank
now,
you very much.
a fellow councilwoman that is pregnant is gonna have a child. And also, I don't know how is, I mean, who knows when you're gonna get pregnant? I mean, that comment, I think that is out of order too. But thank you for answering my question, and I second your motion.
Okay, so I have a couple comments again. First, I'm going to try and keep this as concise as possible, but, to sit here and say that we don't support family or that this is a challenge, you didn't support family or you didn't care about family when you fired a mother of 4 just a year ago without caring about what that was going to do to that family, and you attacked my assistant the entire time she was pregnant to the point that she gave birth early and had to take FMLA and basically was on medical leave. And Maggie, who is our director of public affairs, you wanted fired the entire time she was pregnant. So, it's really hypocritical what is coming out of your mouth. But regardless of that, I am not going to be supportive of a, pre-approved absence. I stand by giving you the pre-approval for 1 month, and we will take every other one on a case-by-case scenario. I'm happy to let you, remotely participate on the case-by-case scenario. I have no problem with that, but I think that this is just a show. It's a show and a cry for sympathy and victimism, and it's unfortunate that this is what's happening. Instead of empowering yourself and elevating women and the fact that we can do it all. We can be mothers, we can be professionals, we can be elected officials, and we can do it. And we have support around us to do it. You basically want to tie the hands and say, no, we should be treated differently and separately, and we should be able to stay home. That's a luxury that most people don't have. Most people have to send their 2-week-old or 3-week-old to a daycare. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, and if we can support our employees to do more, I'm all for it. They can have 12 weeks. But to sit here and say that you should be treated differently and that you're going to do all these things in a self-serving manner tells me where your public service heart truly lies. And that is what's sad to me. So I'm sorry that you will not accommodate so that we can support you. But this isn't going to be a sympathy show for what you are trying to drive, a conversation you're trying to drive. It's really unfortunate. So there's a motion on the table. There is a second. I'm happy to place a motion after that. However, for this title, I would like it to say request for 5 months of parental leave of absence for Vice Mayor Porras. So please amend that in the minutes and go ahead and call the roll.
I have the amended motion as follows.
Yes.
Motion to approve the December council meeting as an excused absence and to allow the other 3 months, which will be January, February, and March 2026, to be allowed to participate virtually with voting abilities.
November virtually as well.
November as well. So November, January, February, and March.
Please make sure the minutes reflect the changes on the title. Thank you.
Motion by Vice Mayor Porras, seconded by Councilman Cabral. Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes, and no changes to the title. This is my item. So,
Vice Mayor Porras?
yes.
Councilman Cabral?
Yes.
Councilman Reynoso?
No.
Councilman Pinedo? No. Mayor Fraga.
No.
Motion fails.
Okay, I would now like to place a motion on the table that Vice Mayor Porras will have an excused absence in December or January. She will notify the council of which ones she wants to take an excused absence, and then we will take every other month of her absence on a case-by-case scenario as per the code, and please reference the code.
Second.
Second by Councilman Pinedo. Madam Clerk, when you can, please call the roll.
Yes, I have a motion to allow one excuse absence, as requested by Vice Mayor Porras, made by Mayor Fraga, seconded by Councilman Pinedo. Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
I don't agree under those terms.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilman Pinedo?
He already called for Councilman Pinedo.
Vice Mayor Porras?
No.
Motion passes.
Okay, perfect. So you have 1 month excuse absence pre-approved. Please let us know when you would like to take it. You can email my office, and then we will take each other one up. I'm very sorry that you did not want to give yourself parental leave. Okay, we'll move on.
Item 9F,
Next item.
a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, directing the city manager to work with the Parks and Recreation Department to assess the feasibility of establishing a seasonal farmers market in the city of Doral, beginning in the fall of 2025 and ending in the spring of 2026, providing for a status update during the September 2025 council meeting, providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date.
All right, this item is Councilwoman Reynoso.
Thank you, Mayor. So my item is a seasonal farmers market. Colleagues, I am excited to bring this proposal for our seasonal farmers market in our city. I am hoping that the city of Doral's future farmers market will replace my current favorite, that of the village of Pinecrest. And they've done such an amazing job with that market. I'm sure that we're going to just do so much better. A farmers market in the city of a weekly basis will strengthen our community by supporting local economy and giving small businesses, artisans, and entrepreneurs direct access to all customers here. And it will add more life to our already public space that brings families together and draws visitors of Doral. We can also use the event, depending on where staff analyzes is best to do this, to showcase local musicians, cultural performance, and community organizations. Therefore, I respectfully ask for the support in making this vision a reality for our residents and families. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Reynoso. Any questions? Any questions? Yes,
have a comment.
Councilman Pinedo.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, thank you, Councilwoman Reynoso, for bringing these forward. I do remember when we used to have the one on 97th Avenue and 41st Street by the Walgreens parking lot. And it was something that residents really enjoy. And I believe it was Mr. Romero, no, Mayor? I think you were
Yes.
part of the council back then.
Yes, it was actually Danny Casco.
Cascale, it's true.
Yes.
And people really like it. It was a fun
Actually
family.
brought that ordinance forward.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. And then we tried once at Doral Central Park before construction and all that. So I'm happy to support this event, and I look forward to participating as well. So I place a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo. Second by Councilwoman Reynoso. I think this is a fabulous idea. Actually, like Councilman Pinedo just said, the farmers market that we had for a little time period, I was very a big part of, and also brought the ordinance that we have in the books for farmers markets. So I think it's a great community initiative.
Through the mayor.
The manager has a comment. Yes.
Yes. So, Mayor, I have Parks and Recreation Director Michael Festa. I believe he's reached out to several cities already in reference to doing research for this item. So if you want to share a couple comments, that's great.
Yes.
Yeah, so we contacted City of Coral Gables. They do it in-house, and one of the things that we'll look at is whether we in-house it or we outsource the actual organization of the farmers market. We'll look at frequencies, and then we'll look if it's a seasonal or if it's a year-round activity.
Perfect.
And then location.
Yeah, I think that's great. All right, we look forward to seeing it come to fruition. We can get some fresh fruits and vegetables. If there's no other comments or questions, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilwoman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
No, yes, sorry.
Motion passes.
Yes. All right, next item,
Item
9G.
9G, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, expressing support for HR 4393, the Dignity Act of 2025, introduced by Congresswoman Maria Elvira Salazar, providing for transmittal, incorporation, of recitals, and an effective date.
Okay, Councilwoman Reynoso, this is also your item.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, I want to make an amendment to the title because throughout my research, I did mention Maria Elvira Salazar, but also this is a nonpartisan bill and it was presented by her and another House of Representative, Veronica Escobar. So if we can add her also to the title. Thank you. So being a leader here in the city of Doral, we do represent a grand majority of an immigrant community, and seeing that there hasn't been many proposed bills that will lead to or having at least a permanent residency here in the United States, this one does. So some of the things that this bill is proposing is it seeks to secure the borders through advanced technology, expanding staffing, and also processing those that come through the border at an expedited rate or time of 60 days. It also protects the dreamers, so it allows for them to stay past graduation. It provides a structured legal pathway for long-term undocumented immigrants. So how so? Briefly, it's a 7-year process for law-abiding people, and it essentially establishes a new legal status. So this is a balanced and compassionate approach to immigration, and therefore I ask my colleagues to support this resolution.
Okay, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Reynoso. Any comments? Councilman Pinedo?
If Councilwoman Reynoso agree, I would like to co-sponsor as well on this one.
Oh, yeah, sure. Awesome, okay. Please add Councilman Pinedo as a co-sponsor. Thank you very much, Councilwoman Reynoso, for bringing this forward. I think we've all followed the Dignity Act, and we're hoping that there is a positive outcome at some point, and ready to support.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilwoman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, item 9H was pulled, so we move on to item 9I.
Item 9I, discussion advisory board committees, and commission member nominations.
Okay, this is just additional nominations, and we please remind everyone to send their nominations in so that these boards can start to meet as soon as possible. I think the clerk is going to be contacting those who have already been appointed so they could start meeting.
Correct.
Yes, okay.
I have a quick question. When are they going to start meeting?
So after this meeting, since this was approved, I'm going to schedule a training for all of them. I do have to schedule a training on sunshine laws, public meetings, et cetera, for this month. So it'll be at the beginning of September that all the boards will be.
Okay, yeah, because I have some members asking me. So
Same.
beginning of September. Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we talked about it this week. All right, I need a motion. Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Reynoso. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilwoman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. We're now going to take up the items that were pulled from the consent agenda, starting with 6C.
A resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving settlement terms with Ivia Gomez, providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date. This was pulled by Councilwoman Cabral.
Councilwoman Cabral, do you have questions for the city attorney?
Actually, I have a comment, and I hope that you all will support my amendment to this request that is given to us on this item, where it says here that part of the settlement will be divided into paying $500,000 for damages that is going to be covered through our insurance, and then almost $500,000 more for $125,000 as a reimbursement for attorney's fee. So I don't agree for us to be giving that amount of money. I think that our insurance have decided that they will not give more than $500,000. So why is it that we have to agree to give over almost $500,000 more?
Point of
So
order.
I just want
Councilwoman, there's a
to,
point of order on the phone, on
yes,
the floor.
I just want
Yes, but
to
Councilwoman, there's a
request.
point of order on the floor. You need to stop for a second.
Yes, but I
No, but yes,
I just
yes,
want
yes, yes, doesn't cover it.
to
You need
ask
to stop
that,
speaking when
please.
there's a point of order.
Councilwoman,
Because
I believe the mayor is
turn off her
correct. With a point of order under the
yes,
rules.
you have to stop for a second
Address it.
so we can hear the point of order, and then you can continue, but you have to stop, okay? Thank
What
you.
is the point of order, though?
She's
If I
about to
could
say it.
sit.
Okay.
Yes.
So, the point of order would be, we have in the shade sessions to discuss this. If you attend those in the shade sessions, you would know why we have reached the decisions that we have reached. That's my point.
I already have the information from the city attorney because I met with him and he knows exactly where I'm standing. But now that it's presented to us to make a decision, I just wanted to ask for us to amend that it will be only what the insurance is willing to pay.
Okay, Councilwoman,
That's all.
thank you for putting your comments on the record. Do you want to address that?
The only thing I want to say is the settlement that's before you is to either vote up or vote down. If you want to
Correct.
make an amendment, it would be a different offer, and we would have to revote it at that point in time and take it back. As far as discussing the whys, we can't do that at this time. Litigation is still pending until this matter has come to a full close. So if any of you wish to discuss anything regarding the litigation, we can do it off the record.
Yeah, Councilwoman, that's why I asked when you pulled this item earlier today, because this is not the place to have the negotiation. If there's a technical question you have, but otherwise, it completely changes the settlement. We're settling because there was discussions that took place that the city had agreed on. So we can't not have those discussions here. That's why we have the in the shade sessions. Councilwoman Reynoso made a very good point. If you show up to those in the shade sessions, you would know. Therefore, we're not going to entertain any more questions at this time. We're going to go ahead and take a vote. I need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilman Cabral?
It's not fair for the taxpayers to be covering all that
Councilwoman
amount of money.
Cabral.
So no,
You are out of order.
so no.
When we are taking a roll call, it is a yes or no answer. You have the opportunity to make comments before. Please respect this council. Thank you very much.
Vice Mayor Porras?
No.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, we move on to the next item. 6E was pulled.
Item 6E, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, approving an agreement with M2E for expert services, providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date. This was pulled by Councilwoman Cabral.
Through the
Councilwoman
chair
Cabral.
to the city manager. I just pulled out this one, even though I know that we talked about it's been almost a decade, that unfortunately the residents haven't been able to have the full use on this area of the park, of Legacy Park. I just wanted to please to go over it a little bit because I know that there were many residents that have asked about the use of, for many years, that they haven't been able to fully use. So if you can just give a summary, so it will be, will give more information to our residents on how you are right now managing this to be able to have this settled and done, so we will be able to have the use of the park fully.
So Councilwoman, I will be more comfortable with the attorney responding because we are in the middle of litigation with all of this. He has, and we have conferred that we do need expert advice with respect to the current condition of this field that the expert would then provide as part of the litigation. But I will let the attorney answer more with respect to that, because again, I don't want to.
Sure.
Thank you, Madam Manager. Councilwoman, as the manager well stated, we are in litigation. We have been in litigation for several years. And it's a complicated matter where there's issues as to whether it's a design or construction flaw. There have been several mediations. Now, something that is definitely very clear is that as we move closer and closer to having a trial and moving further and further being able to solve this in an amicable fashion, the city needs to start preparing its experts. That expert's going to have multiple roles in perhaps allowing us to make the corrections that we need, and also identifying more closely where the fault may lie. So this is really preparing our defense in this case, as well as perhaps allowing us to move forward and making those fields workable.
Thank you.
I have a quick question.
Yes, Vice Mayor Porras.
So you do find that it's prudent to start looking for the experts now, even before the litigation ends? Or
Sure. I mean,
because that's what it is, right?
yeah, we before trial, we need to make sure that we have all of our witnesses, all of our experts lined up at some certain point. I'm not sure exactly the date. We have to present those experts and file them with the court as to who's going to be testifying on behalf of the city.
Got it.
And we want to make sure we have enough time to have their reports and be able to depose them as well.
Okay.
To my understanding, there had been experts obtained, but not by us. That has given, which is, this is basically our argument.
This is correct.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that. All right, I need a motion, please.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman Pinedo,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Reynoso. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilwoman Reynoso. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, we move on to item 6O, which was pulled. This is Councilwoman Reynoso. Sorry, go ahead, Connie.
A resolution of the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Doral, Florida, approving a special event permit requested by Norberto Spangaro to host the Tercer Campeonato del Asado Argentino event at Central Park, located at 3005 Northwest 97th Avenue on Saturday, November 22nd, 2025, from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m., providing for implementation, incorporation of recitals, and an effective date. This was pulled by Councilwoman Reynoso. Thank you.
Councilwoman,
Is
sorry.
the applicant here?
I believe so. Mr. Spangaro, would you like to come forward?
Yes, good morning. Norberto Spangaro, 9482 Northwest 49, Doral Lane.
Welcome, Mr. Spangaro. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I know that you were trying to reach out to my office to discuss your item. I have to say, this conversation that we're having is more than I ever had with your daughter, so I appreciate that. Could you tell me a little bit more about your item and what it is that you want to do in our city?
We did, I have been very involved with it, especially with the Argentine community, and we have done several events to, to get the community and gather it together. We also investigated in the past. We did a full week with the city of Miami in 2017, 2016. And then we realized that in today's world, the one thing that brings people together and their traditions and everything else is gastronomy. That's probably the only thing we carry with us today. You can have a Mercedes-Benz, but it's made in Mexico. But when you're Spanish, you have your paella. When you're Peruvian, you have a ceviche. And when you're Argentine, you got an asado. And we have seen a very large increase in the gastronomy of Argentina in Miami. So in 2017, following something that actually was done with the city of Buenos Aires, we did this barbecue championship, which in reality is getting people together and spend a day in the park and enjoy a family day with different alternatives in terms of the Argentine gastronomy, but also, I would say 70% of the people were not from Argentina, they were Latinos in general. The first one was in 2018. We estimated 1,500 people. I guess 6,000 show up. We even stuck in the Palmetto. All the restaurants in Doral were full and we ran out of food. In 19, we did it again. It was also very successful. And then the pandemic came in. One of the things that happened there, and I talked to in those days with the council, is that this brought Doral up to, nobody thought that Doral would have these events. It would happen in the beach, it would happen here and there, but actually Doral is in the best position to have it. We have an unbelievable location, because everybody can come into Doral from anywhere. And then the park went under construction, and I'm also very proud to try to do it in the park, because I think I was the only one holding, and you remember, holding a sign, fund the park, get the bond, and we got it, and we got a beautiful park. I think one of the best in Miami, in the South. So we're planning to do it again. I had to say that it's a little bit of an experience because it has changed. Everything has changed so much.
Sure.
It is not that done to make money. Hopefully, our objective is to create an event that will be a tradition every year in the city of Doral and in the park. So that's basically what it is. And it has all sort of activities there for children, for families, and the park is pretty well located, and I think we have now a much better, actually, venue to have it.
Well, Thank you for your explanation. And I have to agree, thanks to this administration, Central Park did get right back on track, and we were able to do that at a fast rate. And now I want to approve your event being done at Central Park. And I think it's an excellent event. I agree. Barbecue and meats and all that stuff is one way to get families and our community together.
Yeah, gastronomy is, and actually, I think, I discussed this for many years. I think Doral should do more in bringing gastronomy here, not bringing it in, but enhance it. We have today one of the best places in Miami. We have excellent restaurants, and I think Doral, we got to try to promote that we are sometimes better than Coral Gables and others, but that's another story.
We'll start with you. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Placing a motion?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Second by Councilman Pinedo. Oh, Councilman Pinedo has a comment. Mr. Spangaro, don't go for it.
Please don't go.
Yes.
No, I just want to make a quick comment. First of all, I want to thank you for your time. We had a nice conversation in my office, and as I said to you, I was going to put community first. I mean, despite any political difference in the past, you have done great things for our community, and I believe this event, as you mentioned in the past, was a great success. It's something that people really like. And I know this time is going to be even bigger and better. And
We'll
we're here
try.
yes, I know you will. And we're here to support you all the way and to be present too. So I just want to thank you for bringing this back to Doral. And it's going to be a great community family event that we're all going to enjoy.
Thank you. I had to make a comment. We were invited, but one of the most probably today biggest sports in Miami, which is in Fort Lauderdale, to do it there. And I said, no. Doral is Doral. I'm a Doralino, so
I know.
thank
Good
you.
for you. Thank you, Mr.
I have some quick comments too.
Vice Mayor Porras.
I also want to thank you. I actually went to the one that you did in 2019, and I
Yes.
remember it being so big and so fun. And honestly, I'm always about elevating all of the communities that we have here in Doral. We just recently had a Colombian festival here in Doral, which was such a big success. We obviously have a large Colombian population, Venezuelan and Argentinian, because two really great Argentinian restaurants are here. And I just want to mention that I hope that you bring the game, because Nicaraguans have really good asado too, and chimichurri. So
I know.
I hope that that's going to be some friendly competition that day, and I can't wait to go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions, Nico?
No, I think that's
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you. All right, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilwoman Reynoso, seconded by Councilman Pinedo. Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you very much. We move on to item 6X, which was also pulled.
Item 6X, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Doral, Florida, authorizing the city to adopt the state of Georgia Department of Administrative Services contract with Hometown Trolley for the purchase of 4 trolleys, providing for implementation, incorporation, or recitals, and an effective date. This was pulled by Councilwoman Cabral.
Councilwoman Cabral.
Thank you. Madam Manager, thank you so much for sending the information. So I just want to thank you for this, and hopefully you will be able to take in account my comments on the trolleys that still are functional, that they don't have any other issue aside from the mileage or the engine, can be replaced. So we will be able to add more trolleys within the routes. So thank you so much. I don't have any other comment because I saw that you sent the email last night, but I didn't see it. I said this it was just brought to me while I was here and the dais.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman, for all your inquiries. I have spoken to the department. We are going to be setting up subsequent meetings to discuss all of that. As soon as the update for the transportation plan is complete, and take a look at everything from maintenance to everything else like we've done with fleet.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I need a motion.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Councilman
Second.
Pinedo, second by Councilwoman Cabral. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion to approve made by Councilman Pinedo, seconded by Councilwoman Cabral. Councilman Pinedo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabral?
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynoso?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Porras?
Yes.
Mayor Fraga?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mayor's report.
Yes. All right, very quickly, just want to wish all of our students a fabulous back to school. School does start tomorrow. Please give yourselves time to get to school, without having to worry about being late. I know there's some schools that do staggered arrival. Our police will be out there tomorrow with high presence and visibility. I did have a conversation with Public Works yesterday about some areas that have road construction and could impact traffic flow, so we're hoping that'll get resolved. And I also wanted to congratulate the Parks and Recreation Department on National Night Out and the Police Department. Great job. Always just a lot of attendance. So wonderful, wonderful event, and we continue to improve. Just a reminder that Labor Day is coming up at the end of the month, the first week of September, and Government Center is closed. And I want to invite everyone to our budget workshop today at 2 p.m. So that anyone that wants to hear about our budget, participate. I made the comment about our transmission, our dual language transmission earlier, so I'm going to scratch that. And then I just wanted to wish a couple people a happy birthday. Rita Carbonell, happy birthday. Her birthday was on the 5th. Eileen Fernandez, her birthday is on the 17th, coming up. Eileen, happy birthday. Linda Blanco is on the 28th. Happy birthday, Linda. And we have a very special birthday that we are celebrating, which is our city manager, Seda Sardinas. And I believe we have a surprise for Seda. Are they delayed? There they come. All right, if you'll help us in singing happy birthday to our city manager, whose birthday is coming up this weekend, is her birthday. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Seda. Happy birthday to you. Y'all have candles?
All right.
All right, thank you. Thank you for indulging us. We love our city manager. Okay, we now move on to the next report. The manager's report was already done.
City Attorney's report.
City Attorney's report. Mr. City Attorney, I had mentioned in your report, I had asked the City Attorney to provide us an update on Lake Drive.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Vice Mayor, City Council. So on Lake Drive, this is a project that we've been working on, we've been trying to work on and get off the ground for the past year. The difficulty in doing so is the fact that it's not, although we're looking into seeing how the city can be and take action on its own, and we are looking at all possibilities, it's really something that needs to be driven by the Management Association of Doral Gardens 2 and its council. In the last, I would say, several weeks, more than 3 weeks, leading into this meeting, I've been trying to get an answer from their council to no avail. However, their manager has been responsive, and she has promised that she will get a timeline as to when this matter can be taken up by the residents. Essentially, the issue is that in order for us to be able to provide municipal services on this road and maintain it to the level that is deserving of its residents, of Doral Gardens 2, the other associations, and actually all the residents of Doral, because my understanding that many residents and business owners and guests traverse on this road as well. The actual owners of the road, which it's a private road, the association needs to transfer the road over to the city. And that is an action that they need to take in order for us to then be able to accept, and then for us to be able to take the legal and also the technical measures. City's willing, Mayor and Council. I am willing to do whatever is necessary to do any of the lifting, legal lifting for the association. However, they are represented by their own council. So I can't, force myself. They need to, and their council needs to work with us. Again, we're willing to do that. I know that several of you have spoken to their board members. I encourage you to tell them to contact their manager. I know Ms. Yanes has been receptive. She has, returned my call, and she is pressing on their legal counsel to see if we can get this moving forward. But I want you to all to know that, especially in the last month, I've made this my top priority, but I need a little bit more cooperation from the board and from their attorney.
Okay, thank you. And I expressed to the city attorney, I'm going to reach out to the board of the association who was present at the workshop we had, let them know what's happening so that they could put pressure as well, so we could get it done. And if not, then we can discuss other actions. Exactly. Other actions. Okay, any other?
Yeah, just two quick things, just to let this, I've spoken with all of you, and I do not want to get into any of the technicalities, and I was just briefly briefing the manager, because I had not had any time to talk to her this morning about the issue, but based on conversations I had with the police chief, we were filing a TRO based on an incident that happened a couple weeks ago here in City Hall, to protect all of you. We can talk about this off the days, but I just want to put it on the record that we did take an action this morning. And then in the next month, besides the micromobility, there were several other statutes that were passed by the legislature that may affect us. And so I'll be bringing up kind of updates and working with the different departments in updating our code to reflect those changes. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. City Attorney. All right, Madam City Clerk, your report.
It's attached.
Does
If
anybody
you all
have any
have any
questions
questions,
about the?
thank you for, indulging us in trying out this new translation program. We hope that it, the residents adapt to it and that it works. But if you all have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
I'm excited about it. Thank you. Good job. Any other comments, questions, concerns? All right, that exhausts our morning agenda. I need a motion to recess until our afternoon.
Motion to recess.
Motion to recess by Councilman Pinedo.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Reynoso. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion to recess. We'll see you all at 2 o'clock for our budget workshop.